Hey, I'm Sam. Welcome to Brickwall Pictures. Today I'm going to be looking at and reacting to the official Rotten Tomatoes list of the 200 best horror movies of all time. I've done a few of these other like best of list reaction videos in the past. You can find a link to them down in the description. What I'm going to be doing is looking at this list for the first time. I don't know what's on here except, I can see there's a bunch of movies in this like header image on screen here. Obviously I can like Get Out and The Exorcist and whatnot. But beyond that, I have not scrolled down. I don't know what's on the actual list. It says they need to have at least 20 reviews with a fresh rating before being sorted by our ranking formula, which accounts for a movie's number of reviews and year of release. So it looks like it is some kind of automated thing. And can I just point out, what the fuck is going on with this Etsy ad? I'm gonna have to censor this image because there are straight up nipples in this Etsy ad. Etsy's trying to get my fucking video flagged and taken off YouTube. And what is this? It's some dude's fucking mugshot? What is this, Etsy? What happens when I click this? What is this gonna bring me to? I click on this guy's mugshot. What? Lou Diamond Phillips' mugshot? What the fuck is this? Lou Diamond Phillips mugshot? Oh my god. I thought he looked a little familiar, but I didn't recognize him as Lou. Is that why it's on Rotten Tomatoes? Just because he's an actor? And Etsy's like, oh, we're selling a product that has an actor in it. It's fucking crazy that they're selling a guy. Why is Etsy selling Lou Diamond Phillips mugshot? Okay, well, this video is getting off to a good start. Let's see what's on this list. It looks like it is automatic, so I'm not expecting the results to be great necessarily. Starting off with, we have Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. I think this is like a worthy inclusion. It's a lot of people's favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie. It's not my favorite. I actually don't love it all that much. It's interesting to me that it only has 72% on their tomato meter thing because it's pretty low on Rotten Tomatoes. Like a lot of movies have like 100% and like 99% and whatnot. It's not even certified fresh, which I guess means that there aren't that many horror movies with very high scores on Rotten Tomatoes, which I guess makes sense because a lot of people do look down on horror in the way that Rotten Tomatoes aggregates their consensus. I guess it would tank a lot of movies' scores, so that's kind of unfortunate. I don't think it's like a baffling pick on here, but I would give it a thumbs down, I think. When it comes to Nightmare on Elm Street, I kind of only really like the original. I actually do like Freddy vs. Jason, which is maybe something you disagree with, because a lot of people hate that movie. I really like Freddy vs. Jason, and I mostly view it as like a kung fu movie, kind of, but with like horror icons. I think it's a lot of fun. Phenomena, this is one of Dario Argento's that I have not seen yet. Bram Stoker's Dracula, I think it's pretty good, but I'm going to say no again. So far we're at a 0% so far. Oh, but the next one I can give a thumbs up. I can give Hellraiser a thumbs up. Now it's weird how this ranking is going because Hellraiser only has 70%, whereas Bram Stoker's Dracula has 77% and is certified fresh, whereas Hellraiser isn't. I don't really understand their ranking system. I guess they're giving older movies a boost, is what they were saying. That doesn't really make sense to me, though. Okay, It's Alive, I have not seen, but this is one I will watch. Larry Cohen is always interesting, if rarely actually good. Jacob's Ladder is one of those movies that's like borderline and maybe even not fully horror. I suppose it kind of is. It's like thriller, horror, drama territory. I guess it's fine. I don't love Jacob's Ladder like some people do. I think it's pretty good. I think it's another thumbs down though for me. Oh, and I do have, by the way, I do have my own top 100 horror movies video on the channel. So you can see what my personal top 100 horror movies are. So you get a good barometer for my taste moving forward. We'll see what overlap there is between this and mine. So far, the only one that is on my list is Hellraiser, which is the only one I've given a thumbs up to. Open Water, I've not seen, and I'm not too familiar with it either, actually. I don't think I've heard too much about it. Mist gets a thumbs up. The Ring. The Ring's fine. It's another thumbs down for me, though. It's not, I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's that great either. Phantasm. If we're talking 200, I think I can get on board with Phantasm. If it was 100, maybe not. Frailty I like a lot. Frailty, though, is more of a thriller than a horror movie. I'll still give it a thumbs up, because Frailty is a good movie, underrated. Bill Paxton directed it, which is not something he did much of. Dog Soldiers, that one's a thumbs up. That's an easy thumbs up. That one's on my list as well. Not super high on my list, but it's on there. Basket Case, that's a thumbs up. I'm a big fan of Frank Henenlotter. He is a total sleazebag in the most fun way. Eden Lake, I have not seen. Candyman, the original, that's a thumbs up. Oculus is decent. It's not a my 100. Could it be in the top 200? Maybe. It's decent. I think I'm going to say no. I'm going to be a little strict. Land of the Dead, I'm really surprised to see on here because I thought most people didn't like Land of the Dead. I thought Land of the Dead was like widely hated by a lot of people. Maybe it is in certain circles, but not on Rotten Tomatoes. I like Land of the Dead well enough. I can give it a thumbs up in the top 200 here. Night of the Comet, I actually haven't seen. This one looks right up my alley, though. So I'll probably watch this one next October, maybe even next Halloween. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Oh, okay, actually, you know what? I do like New Nightmare. I was saying earlier that I don't care for many of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I do like New Nightmare. I guess it's only the Wes Craven ones that I am into. So I would give New Nightmare a thumbs up. Trick or Treat is pretty good. I don't love it in the way that a lot of people love it, but I give it a thumbs up. It can be in the top 200. Lost Boys, I think, is not great. I think I'd give Lost Boys a thumbs down. It's, I don't know, extremely dated. I feel like this is not one that aged well. The Lodge is a thumbs down for me. This movie has like great atmosphere and like some tension building early on, and it just completely shits the bed by the end of it. The twist, or kind of like both twists, are some so implausible. I don't buy them whatsoever. And it just doesn't build to anything worthwhile, all the good atmosphere. Also, I kind of have a bone to pick with these directors, as I've talked about in other videos. I don't need to rehash that here. But yeah, The Lodge is a thumbs down. Scream is a thumbs up, the original. I wouldn't give any of the sequels a pass, but the first one is good. Southbound I never watched. Lights Out I skipped because it did not at all look like my kind of thing. The Platform I've heard very mixed things on. It has an interesting premise. I haven't seen it though. The Brood is a thumbs up. This is one that I wouldn't necessarily expect to see on here, but I like seeing on here. The Brood is very good. It's not my favorite Cronenberg, but it's up there. It's really good. Cat O' Nine Tails is another Argento that I haven't seen yet. I have a few Argento movies to go through. Mute Witness, I don't think I've ever even heard of this one. You're Next, I give a thumbs up. I like You're Next a whole lot. Videodrome, big thumbs up. Huge thumbs up. Videodrome might actually be my favorite David Cronenberg. I think it probably is. Videodrome and The Fly are both up there. Thirst, I talked about in my Park Chan-wook tier list. I love Park Chan-wook. Thirst is actually one of his like slightly weaker movies in my eyes. It's still quite good though. I guess it can be in here. It wouldn't make my personal list, I don't think, but I'm fine with it being around this number. Audition's a thumbs up. So Audition's an easy thumbs up. Three Extremes is a very mixed bag. I have a full review for this one. Actually, I have a full review for Audition as well, speaking of which. I can give it a pass, but not the strongest pass, but a pass. I mean, all the segments are okay. They're just not, like, amazing. And the original one, which is just called 3, is no good at all. And 3 is also called 3 Extremes 2, which is, I know that's super confusing. Basically, a movie came out called 3, and nobody watched it. Then they made a sequel called 3 Extremes, and people watched it. And then they went, well, shit, we had this first one that no one watched. What if we pretend that the first one is a sequel? So now 3 got its sequel, 3 Extremes, and then 3 became 3 Extremes 2, even though it came out years before 3 Extremes. It's a tangled mess. Don't watch 3. 3 Extremes, on the other hand, is okay. Dead Ringers is a really good movie. I want to give it a thumbs up. I will say, though, it is barely a horror movie. It has, like, a little bit of the grotesquerie that David Cronenberg is known for, but it's mostly like a drama about addiction, I would say, more than it is any kind of horror movie. So I kind of think it just gets categorized as such because it's David Cronenberg, and it was from his era when he was still making horror movies and, you know, before he pivoted to, like, A History of Violence and Cosmopolis and stuff like that. Scream 2 is a no. Scream 2 is fine. It's pretty entertaining. I did a whole video retrospective on the entire Scream series. You can get my full thoughts on all the Scream movies there. 1408. I like 1408 quite a bit, actually. I'll give it a thumbs up. I like this movie. I'm surprised to see it have such a high score, though, because I didn't think that many people liked it. Tale of Two Sisters is a thumbs up. It's a pretty good one. South Korean. Ouija, Origin of Evil. I never saw. Pontypool is one that's been on my radar for a long time, and I've just never gotten around to. I haven't seen it yet. The Shallows I skipped. Did not seem like my kind of movie. Shadow of the Vampire. This is a terrible poster. What the fuck kind of poster is this for Shadow of the Vampire? This is such a bad poster. Shadow of the Vampire is really good, though. It's a thumbs up. Okay, House of the Devil is a thumbs down. I will be doing a Ty West tier list relatively soon, actually. So I'll talk about it a little more in that video. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, thumbs up. Dracula, Pages from a Virgin's Diary. I'm surprised to see this on here. I haven't seen it, and yeah, not really interested in it either. Okay, The Others is pretty good. I'd give The Others a thumbs up. Creature from the Black Lagoon can have a thumbs up. Tremors, I don't know how, but I have never seen Tremors. Tremors is one that I need to rectify. I need to see that one. Creep is a thumbs down for me. I don't really get the hype around Creep. Carnival Souls, I'll give a thumbs up. Wreck gets a thumbs up. That's a good one. Paranormal Activity is a fat fucking thumbs down. Big old bloated thumb pointed straight down on Paranormal Activity. Conjuring 2, same deal. Big, humongous. My thumb has grown 9 times that day, like the Grinch's heart. Ginger Snaps gets a thumbs up, though. Ginger Snaps is good. Goodnight Mommy. I've talked about this before. These are those same 2 directors, so I guess I will kind of rehash what I said before. Goodnight Mommy I enjoyed, and then I realized that it is like a carbon copy, straight up blatant ripoff of A Tale of Two Sisters, which was also on this list, that South Korean movie. It is far too similar in my eyes. I think it does veer into like bad ripoff territory. And I have to give it a thumbs down for that reason. Really good atmosphere, though. These directors are good at atmosphere, but they seem to have a bit of an originality problem. Julia's Eyes did not at all come on my radar, so... Sisters is pretty good. That's a thumbs up. Cargo I skipped. I'm surprised to see this here, because everything I heard about Cargo was that it was really bad. But I don't know. Apparently there were a lot of critics who liked it, who just aren't not the critics that I follow. Okay, Slither is a thumbs up. Slither is a lot of fun. House on Haunted Hill I enjoy a lot. I'm a big Vincent Price fan. Poltergeist is great. Again, fucking weird-ass poster choice. I don't know why this is the poster they went with. The Girl with All the Gifts I skipped because it looked like a YA kind of movie to me, and those do not appeal to me. Maybe it's not, though. I don't know. The Thing, huge thumbs up. Dead Alive is another huge thumbs up. Freaks 2018? Okay, it doesn't look like it's a remake of the classic Freaks. So I don't know what this is then. The Tenant is pretty good. I think it can be in the top 200. Just, yeah. The Descent is an easy one, an easy thumbs up. Better Watch Out, I did not see. An American Wolf in London, it's a big thumbs up. Doctor Sleep is a thumbs down. It's an easy thumbs down. The Omen, the original Omen, is a thumbs up. That's a big thumbs up right there. Creepy, the Kiyoshi Kurosawa movie, I'm shocked to see on here. It's a weird one to see on here. I can get behind it, I guess. I like Kiyoshi Kurosawa a lot. It is not his best movie, and definitely not his best horror movie either. Come to Daddy, I think, is a thumbs down. I'm surprised to see that so high on this list, because it's such a bizarre movie. Crawl is another thumbs down. It's fine. Both of these 2 movies, these 2 are both fine. They're both, decently entertaining. I'd give them like 3 stars out of 5 probably, which does not put them in the top 200 for me. The Exorcist, thumbs up. The Invitation, I will give a thumbs up. It's a little more of a thriller, I feel like, but Hounds of Love is a thumbs up. I actually watched Hounds of Love because it was recommended in the comments of one of my videos from someone watching. If that same person is watching this one, thanks for the recommendation, because I watched it this past Halloween, and I enjoyed it a lot. 1922, I did not see. Abominable Dr. Phibes is a thumbs up, one that I did absolutely not expect to see on here. Martin is a thumbs up. Houseu is a thumbs up. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, big thumbs up. Rare Exports is a thumbs down. This is one of those movies where I do not understand the praise for it. I think it's just straight up pretty bad. It's like, Santa's creepy, and that's the extent of it. There's like nothing else to it. The acting is terrible. I don't get the love for this one. The Candyman remake is going to be a thumbs down. I don't think it's bad, though. I think it's decent. And I guess it's not even really a remake. It's a reboot or a requel or whatever the fuck. It's not bad. It's okay. It felt to me like it was like studio butchered. I kind of got that sense. I don't know if it was or not, but it felt like chunks of it were missing. Or maybe the script just needed another pass or something. The Orphanage, a lot of people like this one. The Orphanage I think is okay. I've seen it like 3 times, and I don't think it's great. I think it's just like okay. I think it's a thumbs down for me. The Dead Zone I think is a thumbs down too. I love Cronenberg, obviously. The Dead Zone's okay, but it's very uneven, and I don't think it's that great of a script. Bone Tomahawk on the head, big thumbs up. Again, though, it's mostly a Western. It's only really horror and a little chunk, a very small percentage of it, but what horror is there is really great. Duel, excellent. It's another one that I might call a thriller more than a horror movie, but, it's fine. House of Usher, I don't think I've seen this one. Blair Witch Project is a thumbs up for me. The Devil's Candy, I think, is pretty good. It's kind of an underseen one, I think. It doesn't make 250 for me, though. I think it's just okay. Gerald's Game is really good. 28 Days Later is a big thumbs up. Prevenge, I do not know anything about. Demon, I did not see. Horror of Dracula, this is a big thumbs up. This is the, I think, first Hammer Dracula. The titles of all the Hammer movies are so like interchangeable that it's hard to remember which one's which. I'm pretty sure this is the first of the Hammer Draculas, though. Fright Night is a thumbs up. Wicker Man. This looks like the poster to the remake. It has the names of the old school people on it, but I'm pretty sure this must be like a re-release poster because I think this color scheme was made for the remake, whereas the original poster looks like this. Anyway, that's besides the point. The original, honestly, so the remake is terrible. The original I don't think is that great either. I've reviewed it on the channel. It's not top 200 for me, honestly. I don't really consider it like a classic of the genre or anything. It's a very weird movie. It's like almost a musical, of all things. There's like a lot of musical numbers that do not work for me at all. It's really only that one scene that's really good, the big finale, the ending, that's on the poster. And that's like, it's also kind of the only like horror part of it. The rest of it's just like a police officer wandering in a village, and it's like a musical. It doesn't really work for me. Nina Forever, I've never even heard of. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, huge thumbs up. This is my top horror film of all time. And it really pains me to see it one slot below The Conjuring, which I give a big thumbs down. Misery, thumbs up. Village of the Damned, I have not seen. This is the original one, not Carpenter's remake. Color Out of Space, I enjoyed, but it's a thumbs down. Remember, thumbs down doesn't mean bad movie, obvious. I feel like I've made that point clear, but people kind of twist it anyway. Okay, Let Me In. This is the remake. I've actually only seen the original. I've seen Let the Right One In. I haven't seen Let Me In. Also, they turned it into a TV show, apparently, I learned recently. I don't know why that was necessary, but whatever. Halloween 2018. It would have been an easy thumbs up. The other two David Gordon Green Halloween movies are huge thumbs downs, though. And how bad they are makes me think that it kind of like hurts this first one, like knowing that's what I was building towards. Also, when I tried to rewatch this one, I didn't like it anywhere near as much. I enjoyed it in the theater when it first came out. I tried to rewatch it, and it didn't work anywhere near as well. I think I am going to give it a thumbs down, actually. But it is the best of the new Halloween movies. Theater of Blood, I think I have seen, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I didn't. If I did, it was a long time ago, and I don't really remember it, so I won't pass judgment on that one. Attack the Block, I don't really think of as a horror movie at all. I'm going to say no for it even being on this list, because it's more like a sci-fi comedy, right? Anyway, Eraserhead, huge thumbs up. Again, what is with the poster? They're using like this weird discolored poster instead of the black and white one. Rotten Tomatoes, you gotta get your poster game sorted out. Devil's Backbone. I've reviewed this one too, actually, I think, in one of my macabre months of horror. It's pretty good, but I don't think it's great. I'll give it a pass. If this was like number 200, I'd be like, okay, fine. Housebound is a thumbs down for me. I watched this recently expecting to really like it, because I love like horror comedies. Did not work for me at all. The horror did not work. I didn't find it funny either. We Are Still Here, I have not seen. Bird with the Crystal Plumage, another Argento that I have not seen. And I've seen a few Argentos. They're just, they only have ones that I haven't seen out here, it seems. Phantom of the Opera, can I have a thumbs up? Sure, whatever. The Wolfman is a thumbs up. Dawn of the Dead, huge thumbs up. This was very high on my list. You can check out my top 100 horror movies list to see where that landed. It's very high. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. It is the Frederick March version too. This is the one that I think is the best version. Or the ones that I've seen, which admittedly I haven't seen every version. There are so many versions of this movie. This is a good one though. Thumbs up. Shaun of the Dead, thumbs up. The Endless, I have not seen. When it comes to Benson and Moorhead, this duo, I have like their whole filmography to go through. The only thing I've seen from them so far was the segment that they did in VHS Viral, I think it was, or one of the VHS movies. And I did not like that segment whatsoever, but I've heard good things about their feature films, so I'll check those out at some point. Don't Breathe I enjoyed, but it seems crazy to put in the top 200 to me. That's thumbs down. I do enjoy Don't Breathe quite a bit. I think it's good. Reanimator is a big thumbs up. I love Reanimator. It's a great one. Zombieland, I can give a thumbs up to. It Comes at Night. I'm surprised. I thought people didn't like this one. Anyway, It Comes at Night, I enjoyed. I wouldn't really call it a horror movie, is the thing. It's like, it was marketed as a horror movie. That's why people didn't like it. It's not really a horror movie, though. I think I'm going to give it a thumbs down on that it's like just not a horror movie, really. Shining, thumbs up. Dracula, the original Dracula, thumbs up. Deep Red, there we go. That's an Argento I have seen, and it's thumbs up. This is my favorite Argento, actually, is Deep Red, out of the ones that I've seen so far. The Fly is a thumbs up, and A Nightmare on Elm Street is another thumbs up. The Mummy is a thumbs up. The original The Mummy, not any of the other Mummy movies. The Host, thumbs up. The Cat and the Canary, I have not seen. Train to Busan, thumbs up. Island of Lost Souls. I think I saw this one a long, long time ago, but I don't really remember it, so I won't judge it. Revenge is a thumbs down. I didn't think it was bad, but I found it very middle of the road. Also, I wouldn't really call it a horror movie either. Suspiria is a thumbs up. The Ring, the original Ring I watched recently. I do like it more than the American Ring, but I don't think I would give either of them a thumbs up. I don't think either of them are great. It's pretty good though. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I Walked with a Zombie. I have not seen that one. The Love Witch, I think, is a thumbs down for me. I didn't really like The Love Witch. I liked some of the stuff it was doing, but it didn't really come together in a way that I found enjoyable at all. Harpoon, I've never even heard of. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Oh, it's the 70s version, so that's thumbs up. I love the 70s version. The Innocents, I've not seen. Oh, The Loved Ones. That's a surprising one to see on here. Very surprising, but it's a thumbs up for me. I like The Loved Ones a lot. Evil Dead 2 is a thumbs up. Raw is a thumbs up. The Evil Dead, thumbs up. La Llorona. Now this is like crazy to me because I thought this was like universally panned and like a huge bomb when it came out. So I'm very surprised to see it on here. Or maybe there were like two La Llorona movies that both came out at like the same time. And the other one sucked, the one was good. I don't know. Maybe I only heard about the bad one. Nosferatu, this is the Werner Herzog one. That's a huge thumbs up. I love this movie. Creep 2, I didn't see because I didn't really care for Creep 1. I mean, I'd be willing to watch this one, but because I didn't hate the first one, I just didn't think it was anything special. Green Room is a thumbs up, except I don't really think of it as a horror movie. My camera might have been off for a few films there, but whatever. The audio should still be fine. I think I want to give Green Room a thumbs down on the basis that I don't consider it a horror movie. I consider it like an action thriller. It is very good, though. If we were just talking like generally movies, it gets a thumbs up. Carrie, I think it's classic enough to get a thumbs up. I don't love Carrie, though. Midsommar can have a thumbs up. The original The Fly does not at all get a thumbs up. I don't know why people hold it in high regard. It's not like some great movie that got remade and was also good. It was like a crappy B movie that Cronenberg took the little seed of an idea and made something good out of it. I think people have like blinders on when it comes out. This is not a good movie at all. House of Wax, I do enjoy. It's pretty cheesy, but I enjoy that one. Drag Me to Hell, can have a thumbs up. A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. People love this movie. I don't, and I don't really. I like the style of it, but it just, the content of it doesn't do anything for me. It's a thumbs down for me, which might be one of the more polarizing picks. His House, I enjoyed. I wouldn't go all the way to top 200 with it. His House is interesting. It has some interesting things going on and a pretty unique perspective as far as horror movies go. Definitely worth watching, but not top 200. Ready or Not, I'd say the same thing. I liked it, but I wouldn't give it a top 200. I think I gotta go thumbs down if I'm being strict here. Tigers Are Not Afraid, I did not see. Mandy is a thumbs up. It is a thumbs down. This is the kind of like uber mainstream horror. This is the kind of horror movie that like people who don't love horror love it, if that makes sense. You know, like the kind of people who like they watch one horror movie a year on Halloween. That's who it is for, not the actual like horror fans. Don't Look Now is a thumbs up. Cat People is a thumbs up, though I do prefer the. I'm one of those weirdos who likes the Paul Schrader version more. The Birds is a thumbs up. The Wailing is a thumbs up. That's a really good one. Glad to see that up so high. Dead of Night, I do not know. Under the Shadow is really good. I consider this one underrated. This one's on my list. Host, I did not see. I think because the poster and the premise both just look like that Unfriended movie that was like abysmal. Maybe this was actually good. Maybe I'll give it a shot. I don't know. 10 Cloverfield Lane, that's a thumbs up. That one's good. Peeping Tom is very high up on my horror watch list, but I have not seen this one yet. The Witch is a thumbs up. Cabin in the Woods, thumbs up. Repulsion is a thumbs up. I wouldn't put it anywhere near this high, but it can be somewhere in there. Eyes Without a Face, that's a thumbs up. Pretty good. Rosemary's Baby, big thumbs up. Halloween is a thumbs up. Silence of the Lambs, big thumbs up. The Invisible Man, thumbs up. Aliens. Well, yeah, I guess I'll give it a thumbs up. It's still enough of a horror movie. Alien is the more horror. If Alien isn't higher, then that's a goddamn disgrace. Night of the Living Dead, thumbs up. Freaks, oh, there's the original Freaks, or the actual Freaks. I don't think the other one was a remake, but at any rate, it's a thumbs up. It Follows is a thumbs up. Let the Right One In is a thumbs up. Interesting that they had both versions on this list. Hereditary is a thumbs up. Vampire. I have seen this one, but I don't really remember it, so I'm going to skip it. The original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's been so long since I've seen the original. The 70s one is the one that is in my mind, and I can't really remember I know I like the 70s one more, but I'm not going to judge this one. Lighthouse, thumbs up. Frankenstein, thumbs up. Babadook, I'm off the beaten path in the Babadook. The Babadook is a thumbs down for me, which I know is some horror fans might consider that sacrilegious. I actually really like Jennifer Kent's next movie, The Nightingale, a lot. I consider that movie much, much, much better than the Babadook. Jaws, can I have a thumbs up? I guess it's a horror movie. I don't really think of Jaws as one either, though. I mean, I guess it's like a monster movie technically, but like it's a shark. Come on. Bride of Frankenstein is a thumbs up. A Quiet Place is a thumbs down. The 2020 version of The Invisible Man, it's pretty good, but I gotta give it a thumbs down if we're talking best of all time. Night of the Hunter, that one's a thumbs up. Nosferatu, thumbs up. King Kong, I mean, I don't know. Is it even really a horror movie? I don't think so. Thumbs down. There's Alien. That's thumbs up, obviously. Us is number 4. That's crazy. Us is not a good horror movie. Cabin of Dr. Caligari, can I have a thumbs up? Get Out at number 2 is insane. I mean, it can be on the list, I guess. Somewhere in the top 200, I guess so. Very low in the top 200, meaning like number 200. Number 2 is insane. Pop a couple zeros on the end of that and we'll talk. Psycho at number 1, sure, thumbs up. Overall, pretty bad list. I think I gave about half the list thumbs downs. Not a good hit rate. Pretty bad list. There are some really good ones out here, of course. It would be crazy if there were like no good ones out here. Bad list. Not a good list whatsoever. I recommend checking out my personal top 100 horror movies list if you want to get my personal taste. There's some overlap here. Plenty of the ones that I gave thumbs ups are on my personal list as well. Though my list is looking at 100 as opposed to 200. Check out that video and you can check out some of my other list reaction videos. And stick around. I'll see you next time. So long.